I want to bowl first because the dew may just affect the run chase. He's got everything he wants, but they are still possibly about to light, certainly at the top. Bryden Cast comes in, and that will lengthen the batting lineup a little bit. Let us see how we get on. Michael is with Nasser, who's dashed to the pod.
.94 is the requirement for England in this short three-match T20 series. So in the context of this series, it's a game England have to win, and Australia have a good score on the board. 193 on a dry surface that has held in the first half of this game. Whether it does so in the second, I think, may hold the key to this match. Whether the dew that has fallen as we're into September now, whether that makes the ball just come on a little more easily. Very first time, a bit of sickness in the camp has done for Mitchell Marsh tonight. Looks as though it's affected Travis Head, the way he's coughing and spluttering there as well. But he's a pretty uncomplicated character, Travis Head. I don't think he'll be a flapper in the field. We shall see. Hey up, Nass, how are you doing?
Hey up. We're in Cardiff. I'm all right now. I'm in the pod. We got heating in the pod. It was chilly out there, and some dew has definitely come down. I mean, it is February or whatever, but there is definitely some dew out there.
Which is no doubt the reason why Phil Salt opted to bowl first. I have no doubt he knew it was a dry pitch, but the chance that he took was that it'll just be a little bit easier batting second under lights. Now remember, Australia are without Josh Hazlewood tonight, so they're a little bit more inexperienced in their seam bowling lineup as well. Aaron Hardy, who finished the job pretty well with the bat, has got the job to do with the ball now. He's going to kick things off for Australia.
England require 194 runs to win at 9.7 runs per over.
Don't breed them small in Australia, do they?
No, he's a big, strong lad, definitely.
3, 2,
Strapping lad is
1.
Aaron Hardy. Not maybe quite as tall as Cameron Green, but he looms down on you. Right then, let's see what he's got. What he has got is a slip.
Right on. A little bit of shape there as well, a little bit of swing.
Yeah, that's what Ricky Ponting said to us midweek. He said he'll shape it a little bit with the new ball, maybe at around about between 130 and 140 Ks. But definitely just signs of a bit of swing there for him.
Can be a friend, though, as an opening batter. It can open up that offside, which Phil Salt likes. It's got to be straight.
Chuckle listening to Jake Fraser McGurk there talking about playing in Scotland. He said he'd never been as cold. Completely alien conditions for him. I think he found it a struggle up in Edinburgh. A beauty. There's that movement away again from Phil Salt.
Good length, good line, good movement, and quick enough. 82 mile an hour.
Leading edge that Salt gets away with, but this has been a good start from Aaron Hardy.
Yeah, it has again. I mean, they've got their length right again. Similar with Hazlewood down at Southampton. England all over the place with their lengths and line. Here, Hardy has just kept it simple. Try to hit top of off with a bit of out shape.
Good bowler at the whacker coming into the the doctor. The breeze when it blows up in the afternoon there looks a classic swing bowler on the breeze. They still play their state games at the Old Wacker, although it's not where they play test matches these days in Western Australia. This has been a very good start, very accurate and more than a hint of movement.
Yeah, bowler length until they hit you off that length, or you have a gut feel. As a captain, you can let your bowler, as you can see their head, nothing from mid-off. You let your bowler have a gut feel. Does he think suddenly the batter's going to charge after 5 good deliveries?
Good over, Aaron Hardy. Just 2 singles from it, 2 for none. Well, very good first over from Aaron Hardy that has immediately put England behind the rate. That rate is already now above 10 and over. So for Cooper Connolly here, playing just his second T20 international, you'd expect England to go hard at him.
Are you surprised at this? That first over swung, there was a bit of shape. Left arm spinner in the power play. Travis Head backing Cooper Connolly.
And put pressure on him straight away. Now, Will Jacks just moved across his stumps there, but there's no leeway given by the umpire.
You've got him, TD, go!
Good running.
Immediately the rag comes out, sign of due. Connolly getting it off the umpire, drying that seam. Maybe that's why they're trying to get him early before it becomes like a bar of soap.
Catch!
I think Will Jacks was just looking offside then initially. The ball just slid on with the arm, but really over mid-off and extra cover is where Will Jacks likes to hit the ball. Yeah, he was definitely shaping to hit that offside. There was just enough curve from Connolly.
Oh, nice.
Bowler's going to have to chase this, but can't get back in time.
Lovely, Jaws. Nice bit of hold there, Jaws. Brilliant, Shorty.
It's been a good comeback actually after that first ball 4. You'd have been feeling a few nerves undoubtedly. Come back pretty well after that first ball.
Oh, run him out, Greenie.
Again, Jack shapes to the offside, but Connolly cramps him for room. Good comeback, 13 for none from 2.
Yeah, it's whether they risk him with another one. We'll often see a left arm spinner against England. Akil Hussain has done it in the past. Oh, one of the first 2 overs. First over from Hardy was excellent. Got the length and line absolutely spot on. Nothing in the slot, nothing too short. just trying to be around about the top of the stumps and a roundabout off stump. That's pretty good. That's very good, in fact. Debate now is if it's still swinging. It's got wet, the seam's got wet, it's been battered for a boundary. He'll have to find out right now if it's still got some shape. Yes is the answer to that.
One from 5, Phil Salt. Just be feeling a little bit of pressure now.
They've just disturbed the surface. That really died on Phil Salt. It is a dry pitch. And a classic case of don't be predictable. 2 pace off, 74-75. The batter's thinking, is it going to be another cutter? Nope, it's pace on. Top of Midland leg, 74-75, and then 85 mile an hour. That is excellent from Abbott. 2 in 3. Cox goes for a duck, 34 for 2.
Perfect riposte this from Australia to that third over, which was taken for 3 sixes by England's captain tonight, Phil Salt. Suddenly 2 wickets have fallen, and Liam Livingstone, playing his 50th T20 international, comes out with plenty of opportunity to put his print on this game. That was the end of Jordan Cox. It was a good ball. It nipped back at him. You can see he's trying to give himself room through the offside, so he's showing his stumps. And once Sean Abbott finds a bit of movement off the deck, Jordan Cox was always in trouble. So a different role for Liam Livingstone, who we often see coming in right at the end of the innings. He might only have an over or 2 to make an impact on the game. Well, he's in here in the 4th over. He got some runs down in Southampton and has more opportunity here to have a proper bat, I guess.
He got done by a similar ball at the end of that innings at Southampton, a nip backer from Hazelwood.
Slip in. Australia back on the attack. There's that off cutter again. What an over this has been from Sean Abbott.
Yeah, I mean, does this prove it was right to hold him back, or should he have bowled the second over? Because it is nipping around. Another beautiful off cutter coming back in.
Yeah, that one just a bit shorter, but it was virtually the same delivery that did for Jordan Cox, just slightly shorter and therefore bouncing over the top of leg stump. Wide signalled. Umpire Alex Wharf getting a helping hand from square leg Mike Burns.
2 wickets.
Cox nipped back through the gate.
He's really finding his stride now, Phil Salt. So we're through the power play, and Adil Rashid straight away was into the attack. We haven't seen Zampa yet. Zampa is just going to be held back for a little while. It's the tall Cameron Green.
A little bit surprised, actually, Nick. I think with the 2 right-handers there. They've got 2 left-handers to come as well, Bethel and Curran. So surprised that even Cooper Connolly could have bowled another over right now. Big partnership this for England. Phil Salt was critical at the end of the last game, and I heard him pre-game today as well. Where can they find some improvement? Just by stretching out those partnerships. They had enough little partnerships last game and nothing of real significance. They need that right now.
This is out. He does get an extra 1. Well, he'll feel still that he's missed out.
I thought Nasser made a good point pre-game as well about their senior players needing to stand up, their senior players needing to get the job done. Well, there's two of them out in the middle right now. Inexperienced player probably coming in next. Curran after that, another experienced England international.
Well, they're few and far between, those points, but... Helped on its way. Should go quickly, does go quickly.
Yeah, slow ball from Green. Got the line slightly wrong. Good batting from Salt. Gets back. It's inside the line of it. Knows where the gap is. It gets inside it and then flicks around. Look how late he flicks that bottom hand in to get that gap. Fine of deep square. Hardest ball to hit in the T20 game, that knee-high full toss. The last one you're expecting, you're not setting up for that. You're looking at, almost looking at a little area on the surface where you think the ball is probably going to land. It surprises so many batsmen, especially when it's that sort of speed. That's 83 miles an hour.
Be a run. And that scoreboard is just ticking over.
Yeah, interesting from Green this over as well. We're not used to seeing him bowl a lot of cutters and slow balls. He's been as quick as 83 miles an hour and as slow as 71 miles an hour in this over. It's got to be clear, under pressure. Give yourself one thought. Go and execute it.
Not the middle of the bat on this occasion, but more runs to finish the over. Another decent one for England, 9 from it. 74 for 2. Beautifully set up. England, in terms of runs, are just ahead. Bryden Carse in the side, so that just lengthens the batting lineup a little bit. He's due to come in 8, but he may come in earlier. Australia winning that first game, so it's a huge hour or so, perhaps less than that for England. Can they level things up? We go to Manchester on Sunday. No surprise, really. We thought perhaps he might have been in and over before, but he's into the action now. Zampa.
Yeah, well, you said a big hour coming up. It might be a big 3 or 4 overs. How well England actually navigate their way around the leg spinning prowess of Adam Zampa. I won't be surprised if Cooper Connolly comes into the attack from the other end as well. Just try and take a bit of pace off the ball, take some pace out of the game. And also try and hustle through a couple of overs quickly. Before you know it, you can sneak up on the chasing team.
Down. Nice start, Sylvie.
Yeah, no Josh Hazlewood today, so influential in the last game. Key moments of the game, you go to your best bowlers, those that can handle the pressure the best. Zampa will be one of those. No Hazlewood.
Oh, yes, Greenie.
Just a little bit of a misunderstanding, but they get the one. No, they don't. They should have done.
It was interesting there. The long barrier went down from Jake at deep backward square.
The knee's all right then.
He wasn't making that same mistake again. He was getting everything behind that. Zampa will look to do these two batsmen off the wicket. That wrong end that challenges the top of that off stump, that's the little gap that he'll try and find.
Oh!
Just trying to nurdle it around a little bit. And Phil Salt will be lining up that straight boundary. Anything slightly over pitched, he'll try and pounce on it and whack it down the ground. At the moment, Zampa's just got control. Yeah, just trying to work it.
And just skidding on as well, you can see that slightly damp ball. Length control is vital here for Zampa.
Oh, spin!
That's where he's trying to go. In the end, it slices away off the face.
The young man, Cooper Connolly, bowled this second over of the Australian bowling innings. And for 11. Got a role to play with these two right-handers there. Well, I think so. Anyway, let's see what they do, the Aussies here.
Standing, maybe a little bit respect as well. Maybe a little bit respect for Zampa from these two. Just have a look for an over. Is it turning? Is it skidding on?
He's a very high-risk player against spin, Livingston, isn't he? Seen him on a number of occasions sort of run down the wicket and try and hit the spinners miles back over their head, only to be stumped.
Just 3 from the over with a ball to go. Livingston on strike. Does well, does really well there. Excellent cricket, because I think Zampa saw him coming and Liam Livingstone held his shape and knocked it around. What a start for Zampa. 8 gone, 78 for 2. It's a good example, that, Rick. It may just be a good example. Let's not tempt fate for an English perspective. But in previous times, I've seen Liam Livingstone just come down the pitch there and just smack it and get stumped. A little bit of control there when he wasn't quite to the pitch of the ball.
Couldn't agree more. And there's plenty of time left for him to do that. Once he's in and confident of what Zampa's doing, if it's spinning or not. Pick up who they've got coming into the match. Short. Interesting. Right arm off spinner.
You went Connolly, didn't you?
I did, just because of the two right-handers being there. I thought they could have held Short back for when there's a left-hander there, so he's turning the ball away. This is a bit of a gamble. This is an over you'd think England would really try and target. Ball spinning in, he's going to bowl around the wicket, try and take the offside completely out of play. That's what he'd be thinking by using this angle.
Yeah, a big moment in the game. You're absolutely right. England will go at him, I'm sure. Not quite the length that time. 7th bowler used, so Travis Head just has a gut feel. He is captaining Australia for the very first time, and he just has a gut feel about his opening partner.
Well, he's hoping for a hole out to deep wicket or deep backward square. Short can't afford to give the stumps away. He's got to look to the 3.
Yeah, disappointing end, but good signs for Phil Salt, 39 from 23. Will Travis Head take a bow? Because Travis Head has just found a way of dismissing the England captain. Slightly against convention. Could have gone with many, many other options, but he just had a gut feel about his opening partner.
Yeah, their teammates as well at the Adelaide Strikers, although Travis hasn't played a lot of games the last couple of years in the BBL. Quite often opens the bowling, actually, Matt Short, in the T20 format. I'm sure you've probably done that over here in the UK at different times.
Chance for Jacob Bethel to impress. Second game for him. That required rate is manageable. 9.86, so he's got a little time just to knock the ball around.
Oh! Nice running, Rooster.
These two have batted quite a bit together in the last month or so. Both played for Birmingham Phoenix. Build up a little bit of a relationship in terms of how they control the middle of the innings.
And just by breaking that partnership as well, it means Livingstone now just has to go back into his shield slightly. They've got to build another partnership here. Back-to-back wickets in a run chase like this brings you undone every time. So the important part now is for Bethel not to settle in for too long. He's got to look to be proactive as well and take some of that boundary scoring pressure off Livingstone.
Oh, nice, Shorty.
Yeah, if you're with us again at the top of the show, you might have heard Michael Atherton. He was talking to Liam. They were out in the middle, and he talked about that extra responsibility that he has now with bat and ball, and he talked about this dynamic with Jacob Bethel and how he wants to help guide the youngsters through this early phase. He's playing his 50th game, and that will just bring a bit of responsibility now to him. Just one.
Just one.
'83 for 3.
said about this phase being crucial. They've lost 1 wicket now to the spin already. It'll be Zampa that will bowl his second over. Start again for Salt. Talking about trying to stretch out partnerships. Weren't able to do that again today so far.
I reckon I'd think about Cast a little higher than that. Down to come in 8. And he might come in a little earlier.
Oh, nice watching, Zorb. Oh, Greenie.
We talk about Zampa's control of length and how he does batsmen off the wicket. It's a little bit of extra skid. This is game 1. That's the length I'm talking about. Always challenging the top of the stumps. Goes back to one that's not quite short enough, and it's through him before he knew it. So will he learn from that here, Bethel? Will he look to get onto the front foot a bit earlier against Zampa and look to hit him down the ground with a straighter bat?
It's a heavily fortified, deep leg side field, deep square, deep mid-wicket. And long on in place. There are lots of 1s and 2s on the leg side. Bethel's maybe looking for more. Yeah, that's just 1.
Ball.
Yeah, interesting that was with a lot straighter bat, wasn't it? He has looked back at his last dismissal and find a play off the back foot. The balls are a little bit full up if you are looking with a straight bat. As soon as you go with a horizontal bat, you get yourself into all sorts of trouble. And what will Livingston do here? He knows that pressure's starting to build. Australia just slightly edging in front in the comparison. Push him back. The bowler's got to think about pushing him back.
Catch!
Absolutely smashed, but only 1. Livingston will be disappointed. Yeah, he knows he could have found the gap at deep mid-wicket. He found the big, tall Tim David.
But when the length is right, and you know yourself, you sometimes get rushed off the wicket. You know where the gap is, but it just slides onto that little bit quicker and end up picking the man out. A slightly straighter angled Tim David down there at wide long on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking sweeps not so easy. It might just slide on underneath the bat as well. Thinking more straight bat. And now there's a man at, well, let's call it straightish mid-wicket, almost catching for that shot that we saw the ball before for Jacob Bethel.
Oh, nice Zorb. Stacking, lads. Shorty! Shorty!
Excellent phase for Australia. So often is, like it is with Rashid when he joins the bowling attack. Zampa the same. That required rate is on the up. Pressure is on.
Yes, Tony!
No, that is why he's there.
Yeah, I like that mid-wicket, just to build a couple of dot balls on the new batsman. You don't want to let him get away early with a couple of singles. So straight away now, he's 3 off 5 balls. No boundaries. He's thinking a boundary. That pressure just builds. Every dot ball is like gold here for Australia.
Oh, gets away with it. Gets lucky. Zampa not happy. Bethel very happy. A little bit of fortune going the way of Jacob Bethel and England. 10 gone, 90 for 3.
समझता क्या बिना बताए छोड़ा कैसे तमीज से बात करने को कह रहा है इडियट
मैंने खुद उससे बात की है
मैं यहाँ का एसएचओ हूँ
अगर सब कुछ आपसे पूछना है तो एसआई की क्या जरूरत
इन्वेस्टिगेशन तो उन्हीं के नाम से होगी लेकिन सिर्फ पेपर पर
ये गेम वो खेल रहा है जो हम दोनों को अच्छी तरह जानता है
गांव वाले तुझे किस नाम से पुकारते हैं?
जोस भाई
अरे कैसा जोस?
टर्बो जोस। बैटरी के खिलाफ खड़ा होने वाला कोई भी जिंदा नहीं बचा है आज तक।
ये बताओ तुम सबने ऐसा क्या कांड किया है हाँ? मेरे साथ आप यहाँ इस जगह पर 10 से 15 लोगों को देखेंगे
बेंच कोई मजाक नहीं है मेरे भाई। तू जानता भी है बेंच की लाइफ कितनी मजेदार है? कार में बियर कैंस, बियर से मस्ती।
बीच पर जाने वाले
हम लोग फैमिली वाले लोग हैं, हमें ऐसी जगह पर।
अभी कहाँ है तू? इस वक्त पे कहाँ होंगी माँ? ऑफिस में हूँ।
अपार्टमेंट में खोई हुई चीजों की मीटिंग रखी है, जो चुराए वापस रख दीजिए। आज मुझे ईशा को प्रपोज कर रही है, पक्का।
कॉस्ट कटिंग करनी होगी। जो लोग बेंच पर हैं उनसे स्टार्ट करते हैं।
लिस्ट में मीनाक्षी, रवि और तुम्हारा भी नाम है।
90 for 3, not much in it at this stage. Australia were 96.
Really good batting, smart batting, and not very smart from Green. This is his third paddle scoop. 1 for 4, 1 missed, and now a 6. The moving square leg to, well, a wide fine leg back to a regulation fine leg. But if you're a smart batter, that doesn't really matter. With any bat on it, it's going to go finer or over the line.
Hundred up for England. He's down. He's gone down for the count of 10. 105 for 3.
Quite innovative for about 4 deliveries, and then spread eagled on the floor.
Well, the field had changed. So he tried to go squarer. Ended up in a heap.
Yeah, hurts just watching it. Watching the replay. Never pleasant.
Now this is a better matchup for Bethel. Cooper Connolly, left arm spin, spinning in. Holding the power play, 1 over for 11. And he does try and go after him. Mid-off is very straight.
That's a good change. Holding Zampa back a little bit further.
This is such a tempter for Liam Livingstone. He loves belting spin straight. It is a short hit straight here at Cardiff. This is the tempter. Oh, full toss. Toe end of the bat.
Yeah. Connolly very, very lucky. How many times have we seen as a full toss, especially from leg spinners, being hit down a fielder's throat? This almost.
He's just struggling to grip the ball. He went down and just got a bit of dust on his hands there. It is slippery.
Oh, ball, yes.
Yeah, I think Bethel's got to go here. He's bowling fullish, short straight boundary. It's got to either be a slog sweep or straight down the ground. Intent.
Yeah, he's a big unit, Cameron Green. There's a lot of his body that had to get out of the way. His legs couldn't. ...60 runs in the last 22 deliveries. Now he opens up the offside again. The crowd really getting involved here at Cardiff.
England now firmly in control. Under 7's required. It'll be very easy for England from here. But they've got to keep looking for boundaries. Bethel especially, keep trying to put pressure right back on Australia. Don't let them off the hook when they've got everything going their way, England.
No! Hold, Sorby.
Dot to end, but the damage was done. Excellent from Bethel. 20 from the over, 152 for 3.
Yeah, Bethel seems to be the kind of player, Nasser, that needs a few deliveries to get in. And that's a crucial part of understanding where you place your batters. You need batters who really don't take too long, especially at the back end of the innings. If you have the luxury for a batter to take 4 or 5 deliveries, where does he come in what situation? All of that goes into the thinking behind the scenes.
Well, they're enjoying their evening. Australia excellent in the power play. Abbott really good to start this innings, but since then it has been Livingston and Bethel. Problems for Australia. They've gone back to Abbott. What are you saying to Liam Livingston, coach? Be there at the end or just keep going? Be there and win it for England, or keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going. It'll just be one. Six sixes in this partnership. Over mid-wicket, a couple of scoops, and then Bethel over mid-wicket. You can see they fancy that cow corner area, bottom hand. And the biggest of the lot was the last one, 100 metres.
Sometimes with the conditions, bowlers tend to get lost in the ball being wet, dew, or it's difficult to grip it, rather than really concentrating on what's the plan set, what does a fielding side needs, how many runs do I have to defend, work your way backwards, reverse calculate in terms of how many runs you have to defend per over, what are the best deliveries in terms of my sequence, and then concentrate on really manageable units of the game.
He's hit that really hard. Not been easy in the field. Runs in both games, wickets in both games as well.
Well, it seems that Livingston has just taken his foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe he's wanting to be there at the end, raise his bat. But he's got England here, he needs to keep going, look for those boundaries.
Yeah, they've got slightly longer batting lineup with Bryden Cast coming in for Jofra Archer. Bryden Cast hits a long ball, we've got Overton that does the same, and obviously Sam Curran.
What a talent this young man is. Jacob Bethel, undone by Zampa in the first, but here we're seeing a lot of the potential that the England selectors would have seen in him. He's been very good, took a bit of time to settle in, but then absolutely explosive.
Well, they've got it down to a runner ball. It's an incredible partnership. That's how destructive they've been. 11 from that over, 163 for 3.
England's game to lose now, just 31 they need from the last 30 balls, the last 5 overs. Tremendous partnership between one of England's most experienced players in this team, Liam Livingston, and one for the future, Jacob Bethel. It's worth 84. It's come in just 40 balls. And it has turned this match on its head. Adam Zampa was taken apart really by Jacob Bethel in the last over, so he's only got one left and he's gone for 31 in his 3.
Yeah, it was 20 off that last over, in fact. Into the attack to try and get a wicket and break this partnership.
Oh, nice orb.
And it'll be good to for Liam Livingstone to finish this game off. I know he's in a different role here from the finishing role that he's had down the order. But too often, or not often enough, he said on interview before the start of play, has he won games and been there at the end. So that he can do tonight. Gets this one fine and picks up a couple.
You can see Zampa there just trying to push it through as quick and as flat as he can. It's about his quickest ball of the night, 61 miles an hour, just trying to get outside of that arc, that big swing of Livingstone. Such a barometer for this Australian team, Zampa. He takes wickets, and if he dominates the middle of the game, Australia are very hard to beat. Oh.
He saw Livingstone coming then and deliberately just pushed it a little wider, and Livingstone did well to adjust.
Yeah, we talk about variations in the game all the time. It's actually a variation that the leg spinner uses a lot. Is not just the change of pace or the change of length, but the change of line. Comes a big wicket-taking ball, that really slow, wide leg spinner that the batsman's got to go out and fetch.
Quicker this time, and Livingstone picks out Connolly at extra cover.
Giving that ball a little dry down again. Has been a little bit of juice settling on this wicket. Oh, sorry, and the surface.
Oh, nice out.
Thought in the last over that Zampa bowled, Jacob Bethel showed all the talent that people have been talking about for some time now. Really terrific shots, offside and leg.
Catch!
Slower and wider, and Bethel gets away with it and toe ends it out to long off. 16 done, 169 for 3.
Yeah, it was a good over that actually from Zampa. Bethel took him for 20 off the last over. He's fought back strongly there, but he's picked up no wickets. 1 for 37 off his 4-over spell. He's going to roll the dice again here, Travis said. He's going to go back to Matt Short, who picked up 1 wicket in his only over. A big wicket as well of the England captain Phil Salt. Hold out to Sean Abbott at long off. I don't think he'll be sitting back waiting here though. Bethel's been in really good touch. Very clean ball striking. Well, could it what? Matt Short, the man that's had the golden touch with the ball. Looked like he took it quite casually. Didn't break stride at all on the way to this catch. Held in the air for a long time. Never really quite got there. Probably on the stretch a little bit more than he had to be. Yeah, just straight through the hands and into the deck.
Tough chance. Powerful again, Livingstone, and once again he's frustrated because it's straight at Matt Short at deep mid-wicket. who gets the inevitable jeers and boos and catcalls from the crowd.
Just when you want to find a big deep hole and dive into it, the next one comes straight to you. First time tonight we saw Fraser McGurk down there at deep back at square have exactly the same thing happen. Misfield, next ball goes straight to him. That's a misfield for the boundary.
Usually a lively stand over there at this time of night in Cardiff. Chipped past Abbott for a single. Looked like a slower ball.
Oh, he's been very good tonight, hasn't he, Sean Abbott? When he's had the pace on the ball, he's got some receive movement, he's been able to use all his variations. Another one there, it's just that hardest sort of leg cutting type delivery. Just rolled his fingers on that a little bit, just trying to use the seam of the ball.
Picking out the field of Livingston, he's smoking them and gets back with a full-length dive for 2. 181 for 5, 2 overs remaining. Just a bit late setting off because he was wondering whether it's going to go for the boundary, and it meant that he had to get that full-length dive in to complete the second. So England need 13 from 12.
Now he's going to go to short again. These are the sort of run chases where you'd be saying to your batsman out there, get it done this over. Try and finish it off now. Don't take it into the last over. It's amazing how many times games go into the last over that all sorts of chaos and panic set in.
Big call this. Matt Short to bowl the 19th. Just a single. Livingston won't mind that. He's on strike and he's 77 not out, eyeing that short straight boundary.
Absolutely, that's exactly what he's thinking. He's just saying to Matt Short, just give me something up in my arc and I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at it. Short can use some angle here. Try and take it really wide, get it outside of his arc.
6 balls remaining and it's Liam Livingstone who'll get the pats on the back. The winning run was hit by Adil Rashid, but it was Livingstone in that partnership with Jacob Bethel that really turned this game for England. They go now to Manchester with the series all square at 1 apiece.
Yeah, well played England. Just too good tonight. Australia would have been happy at the halfway mark, posting 193 for 6. That man on screen there can hold his head really high. 87 match-winning knock. Jacob Bethel, just his second game was outstanding with his 44. But that's a serious run chase. Yes, conditions might have got slightly easier, but you've still got to go about it the right way and get the job done. And they've done exactly that. 1-1.
Well, they might not have expected to get in there at the end. The tail enders, Adil Rashid amongst them. There was just a flurry of wickets at the end as Matt Short went to figures of 5 for 22 from 3 overs. But it was never going to be enough after that wonderful partnership between Liam Livingstone and Jacob Bethel. Livingstone took England to the brink of victory. He just got bowled with 1 required. Great frustration that he couldn't finish the job in style, but he did enough, and really good signs for England with that performance from Jacob Bethel as well. In just his second game, he looked a player to keep an eye on.
Yeah, good all-round game again, wasn't it, from Livingstone? Let's not forget about his bowling spell either. He's very good with bat and ball in game 1, and even better tonight. Here's the winning moment. Just opens the face of the bat there. Rashid works a behind point on the offside, and they scamper through. Fair to say, everyone around the ground He's happy with what they've seen tonight. It's been a very good game of cricket, very entertaining game. England done just enough, closed the game out with 6 balls remaining.
Yeah, it's been a good evening here in Cardiff. A full house, a good pitch that has produced a high-scoring game. Australia making 193 for 6, so they set England a stiff challenge, and it was really Liam Livingstone with 87 from 47 and Jacob Bethel with 44 from 24 who were the cornerstone of England's response.
Well, the Australians went in slightly light on the fast bowling brigade tonight. No Hazelwood there. Aaron Hardy opened the bowling, 2 overs for 23. Cooper Connolly the same, just the 2 overs for him. The main men for Australia, Sean Abbott, I thought was outstanding, 2 for 37. Matt Short, 5 for 22 from 3 overs. The important thing there, no wickets in the wicket column for Adam Zampa. They played him very well tonight, England. It's gone a long way to them winning this game.
Second game of this 3-match series then goes to England. Australia made 193 for 6 from their 20 overs. England chased that down for the loss of 7 wickets, but they did so with an over to spare.
Yeah, an evening to...
आईसी से ट्रेनिंग लेकर आया। जब तक हम इसे नहीं रोकेंगे ना, नहीं रुकेगा विक्रम।
अपने अंदर की आग को जलते रहने देना चाहिए, मजहब के लिए और अपनों की मौत के बदले के लिए।
तेरे भाई को बदला चाहिए ना? मैं बताता हूँ बदला क्या होता है।